Welcome to a top 5 survival packs that will improve your Minecraft experience. And guess what? They do not disable your achievements. All of these packs are created by the Andro. I'll leave a link to their socials in the description, along with the download links. The first one we have today is called Mob Subtitles. Yes, like Minecraft Java Edition, but no, it is not as advanced. However, I'm going to show you how to use this to your own advantage. Keep an eye on the bottom right. Now, if there's any drowned in this water, which on the bottom right, it's telling me, let's go and check. It's going to show you the directions of specific mobs. Now, this is by default set to 25 blocks. Now, in the game files, you can adjust that. Now, one thing I would love to be introduced to this is like having directions for the arrows. Like, for example, if it's on my left, it could be green. If it's on my right, it could be red, because the direction of this is quite difficult to understand. However, this is really good for Minecraft Bedrock Edition and is quite a game changer. So as we start to head over here, you can see we have chicken, drowned, pig, skeleton, and a spider. Now, I do have creative enabled here. So if we go to /game mode spectator, go down, you can see right there, it is telling me that there is a pretty decent cave nearby because we've just located a spider and a skeleton. Nighttime is the scariest time as a Minecraft player. Now, right now, it's telling me that there's a chicken nearby, there is a pig, there is a sheep, but there's also a creeper. Now, I've been scouting around and I cannot see a creeper. So this is telling me that the creeper is going to be underneath. Now, if we head towards this village, it should start indicating that we have cats over here. There should be villages. There should also be iron golems. Yes, it's told me that there is a cat nearby. So if you were looking for a cat, it's a great way to get one. Villages are nearby. Any sign? There's an iron golem over there. So it's a really good indication as to what is around you. And this could be really helpful, especially if you like to speedrun. You might be lucky in a brand new world and stumble across a woodland mansion, but you're not quite ready to go in. But you would love to know if there's any form of a lay hidden inside for future reference. Well, the cool thing about this is because the radius is set to 25 blocks, all you need to do is go around the outside of this structure rather than going in and risking your life. So if we just do a little bit of exploring around here, we know there's a chicken, we know there's a creeper, we know there's a spider, we know there's a vindicator and also a zombie. Or is there an allay? So far, I've noticed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different mobs can pop up at once. We will test how many that can pop up at one go, but I reckon it might be around about 10 to 12. And I'm actually starting to hear the allays now. So yeah, there you go. So you could definitely use this to your advantage, pinpoint the specific allays without having to go inside of this structure. Let's try it out. There's currently 2 mobs already on screen, and I have 3 mobs now, and I have 9 spawn eggs. So if I was to go ahead and spawn 1 of each, how many can we actually have on screen? It looks like you can actually have a lot. So if you had a lot of mobs around you, yeah, you can see them all here. It just keeps going up and up and up. I actually don't think there's too much of a cap. This also works inside the nether and the ends. Maybe you've been trying to find yourself a fortress for a very long time. It's now indicating within this radius, 25 blocks, there is, in fact, a wither skeleton nearby. So there is going to be a fortress. There you go. So we managed to find our fortress just by using the mob indicator. The next pack on our list is called Day and Entity Counter. Now, this does come with sub-pack options. Tap on this. You do have the day counter only. You also have the day and entity counter. Both the day counter and the entity counter are located on the top left of your screen. Now, the entity counter is updated in real time. As we head towards this village, it is fluctuating between 12, 15, 16, 17, etc. As you keep moving, it's going to decrease or, in fact, increase. This is a really good tool if you're messing around with mob farms. Maybe it's not working. You can actually calculate how many entities are spawning at your spawner. Now, as for the day counter, this can calculate up to thousands of days. And I will show you because I do have my underground world to experiment with. Let's do some experimenting here. So if we were to do /time set and we set this to midnight, it's now day 2. We get inside of this bed. It is, of course, going to update in real time. So this should change to day 2. We do it again. It's now day 3, etc. This is a really simple add-on that just lets you calculate how many days you might have survived. As you guys know, this is my underground survival series, where I have currently survived 2,249 days. Now, as I am exploring throughout my world, you can see the entity changer is changing. We're going from like, I don't know, 150 mobs all the way back up to like 222. We head to this room. We now have 219, 237, 236. We've managed to get this down to under 70. I just want to turn this on because this is going to be my zombie XP farm. So I can show you how many entities are going to be in a specific area. We're under 50 right now. So let's give this a go. Let's see how many zombies we get.
A few moments later.
It has taken a little bit of time, but the entity counter is now at 71. So if I was to go ahead and start killing these guys, it should start to change eventually, especially when I move back right now. So yeah, we're all the way down to 40. Oh, I've just realized that it looks like your XP also counts as an entity as well. And just to show you guys, if I do /game mode, I can't because this is my survival world. Ever wanted to know what biome you're in? Especially if you're doing some mining? Well, the next pack is a Biome Checker, which is supported again for 1.16 all the way up to the latest versions. A little bit of a tip with this one, I recommend turning off your mini character on the top right. So if you do have the paper doll on, turn this off. Now you can see on the top left, it's indicating biome. It's telling us the days that we've survived and also the entities as well. However, if you do have both of these packs enabled, it seems like it pushes the day counter over to the right-hand side a little bit more. This add-on will also update in real time. So we are going to enter from a plains biome into a forest. And if we keep going a little bit further here, we enter a stone beach. And again, just updates in real time. So if we go back and forth, you can see there we're now in a forest. We are now back in a stone beach. And this updates with all the latest biomes. Let's go and find a cherry. So this time we are going to transition from a river into the plains. Check that out. Right in front of us is going to be the newly introduced biome, which is the Cherry Grove. Now, like the previous add-ons, they're out the way. You can just look up very, very slowly, see what biome you're in. Now, for those wondering, can you find this while you're underground? Well, let's do a test. I'm currently at level 2 on this middle coordinate. So if we just keep going in this direction, you can see we've entered a plains. And if we just keep going further and further, eventually this should enter us into what is the newly introduced cherry. This one says Dripstone Cave. Okay. So this one's a little bit different. Back into a plains. So, well, that's a great way to find yourself specific underground biomes, actually. We've gone from cherry to plains back into what they consider a dripstone cave. The next pack in today's video is called Coordinates HUD for MC Bedrock Edition plus the debug screen. This also has sub-packs. By default, you can have just coordinates, or you can have without experimental, or you can have with experimental, which is the debug screen. Let's start off with just the coordinates. This pack will completely remove the coordinates from the top left of your screen and display them above your hotbar. This will also display your bearings such as north, south, east, and west, but it will also tell you the time of day. So if I was to do /time set and we did this as sunrise, as you can see, it's currently 5 o'clock in the morning. If I am to move to the right, well, very slowly, it says we're now looking southwest, west, northwest, north, northeast, east, and southeast. Honestly, this just makes life so much easier. Everything's above your hotbar, especially if you're a Minecraft player and you're looking at what you have in your hand. This time, I enabled the experimental. On the top left, it's going to tell me an FPS counter. The 04, I believe, is going to be days survived. The MS is how fast you are actually moving. The one below that is your X, Y, and Z coordinate locations, and it's telling you which direction you are currently going in. You're going currently plus on the X. Now you're going plus on the Z. You're going negative on the Z. You've also got entity counters. So this kind of does take away the entity / day one. However, if we do / time sets and we do this as nighttime and we get in a bed, is this going to update? Because I think the 4 is in fact a day counter. It is. Okay, so yeah, you could have this one if you really wanted to. I kind of consider this one a more complete add-on. It does kind of make the day and entity counter one a little bit obsolete. The final pack in today's video is going to be a durability ping. This is going to tell you when your tools are close to breaking. Again, supports 1.16 all the way up to the latest versions. Keep an eye on the top right. I currently have an efficiency 5 wooden shovel. Now, as we keep using this and our durability goes down, it's going to pop up and say, whoa, advancement made. Tool durability is low. Now, I don't know how low this can actually get, but it's kind of warning you that your tools are, in fact, about to break. And this one is, in fact, broken. Now, this is a great way to know if you need to go to your XP farms and repair the likes of your mending tools, especially in 1.20 if you have netherite tools or diamond tools. Because you guys know it's a little bit harder to get netherite now. So we're just going to do the exact same with some trees until this is really low. I think this one would be really cool if it made like a ping and it was like a warning ping to say, hey, you should probably stop breaking things. But again, it's just a really simplified one that makes sure you're not going to lose any of your tools. And just for reference, if you get rid of this out of your hand, it's then going to go away. And if you put it back in your hand, it's then going to pop up again. This will work for all of your tools, your armors, your items. So if something's nearly breaking, this thing is not going to go away until you repair it. So if I was to go ahead and just splash all of these on the floor, just every single one of them before we pick up any form of XP, I have mending on my axe. So if I was to now put this here, and we were to walk over this, when it starts to repair and it's at a decent amount of repair, then as you guys can see on the top right, it's disappeared. Hey, you can now book me on Cameo. Link is down below.